Hare Krishna, Kal Chakra Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandapan.
Dandot Prabhuji. Prabhuji, should I make you host? You'll be screen sharing or what?
Yeah. I will do the screen sharing.
Yeah. Shobha Mataji, are you available? Shobha Mataji, are you available?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. I'm at home, Prabhuji. I will not be able to do that. Sorry.
Okay.
Excuse me, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, you tell me whenever we have to start. We can, okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Can we start by 9:10?
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm just
Yes.
over what you say. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sarat Pranam Prabhu.
Sarat Pranam Prabhu. Prabhu, you can get started.
Yes, Prabhu. So, should we straight away start or are we sing Radha Mada Prabhu?
You can do prayers and start, Prabhu, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashtaprayesha Bhadresho Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukhaṁ karoti vācālam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande Shri Gurun Dīnatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishra Namo Vishnu Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Bhakta Bhutale Shimte Bhakti Vedanta Namo Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Charni Shunnyavadi Pascha Dekhatari Hare Krishna Prabhu's Mataji Standard Pranam. So Prabhu will start, right?
Yes, Prabhu. I was just checking with the team who has not attended last week. There's only one person, Vaibhav.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think they should be able to catch up. So
Sure. It's intro anyway more last time. So let me share the screen. Just tell me when you are able to see my screen.
We can see the screen also.
Are you seeing a white screen now? Blank screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
now we are seeing Chanda and Sabda Sastric references.
And the first part, right? The top thing, right?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. The top one, the term Chanda.
Okay, fine. So this we saw last week, how actually the root meaning of the word Chanda itself means very pleasing, attractive, charming, and very delightful and all that. So that is why even without understanding the meaning of the shlokas, when we recite the shlokas, we enjoy it. On top of it, there is so much meaning that is hidden inside that every time you read, you get newer and newer meaning. Yesterday, I read a beautiful purport from Prabhupada in Bhagavatam, 7th canto. I'll just read that beautiful line for you. In 7.14.8, Prabhupada says beautifully, even if we read the entire Bhagavad Gita every day, all 18 chapters, okay, every day we are reading all 18 chapters. There are people who do that. Even if we read the entire Bhagavad Gita every day, all 18 chapters, in each reading we shall find a new explanation. That is the nature of transcendental literature.
It's a reference you told.
7.14.8. That verse, the beautiful purport is there. That's to one line Prabhupada has written very beautifully. The purport is very sweet, but I just wanted to put that, seeing one side is the way it is represented to us so that we can chant, we can enjoy, not only we, but everyone who is hearing also can enjoy the rhythmic chanting of those shlokas and verses. And also the meaning is so deep that every day you read also, even if you read it 365 days, 365 times, if you do it every day, we are doing Bhagavad Gita 365 times, right, in a year. every time you will find a new meaning. That is the nature of transcendental literature, Prabhupada says. Such a beautiful quote, I thought I'll just share with you. So that's the same thing with chandas also. Even if you recite the same shloka again and again and again, say Kunti prayers, Dhruva Maharaj prayers, Prahlad Maharaj prayers, Bhishma Dev prayers, you will relish it every time. That is the beauty. And we saw how many crores of chandas are there, 13 crores and 12 lakhs odd chandas are there, which is possible with the various permutations and combinations. We will see how we derive at those different chandas. And but we only have 60 or 70 chandas at the most being used. Then see the ocean of the Chanda Shastra. And where it has all come from, we will see, then we will know why it is so unlimited. And Bhagavatam, out of those 60, 70, even Bhagavatam itself has close to 30 chandas in it. No other Shastras have this many chandas inside. So that's why Bhagavatam is glorified as a most advanced scripture in its poetic excellence. Each of those chandas have the certain bhav, certain mood. So when you sing them, you will get that bhav along with it. Even though you don't know, if you don't know the meaning. Once we know the meaning, it's even more sweeter. That's another extension of it. And then we saw this shloka, Etavadukto Pararamatanmahat. Recite that once again. Etavadukto Pararamatanmahat Bhutam Nabholingamalingam Aham Chatasmai Mahatam Mahiyase Shishna Vanamam Vidadhe Anukampitaha. I told you how these shlokas have different, based on the chandas, we can sing it in different tunes or ragas. This one is sung in the Dvital. So we see that, can somebody read this translation once again? Because it's a very important shloka.
Devotees, please raise your hand so we can. Shobha Mataji. Shobha Mataji, you are able to unmute. Okay, I'll read, Prabhu. Then that the supreme authority. Yeah, please go. Then that supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes, but most wonderful, stopped speaking. Feeling a sense of gratitude, I offer my obeisances unto him, bowing my head.
It's a beautiful thing. We discussed already this shloka. He is personified by, even though he is unseen by eyes, through the sound vibration, we can relish it. We can experience his presence. When we have our kartal with us, very softly we can sing along with the kartal. Nobody is needed. Just we and kartal and Krishna, that's enough. And of course, Bhagavatam. Etavadukvo pararamatanmahat Bhutam Nabholingamalingam Aham Chatasmai Mahatam Mahiyase Shirshna Vanamo Vidadhe Anukampitaha. This exactly fits in the Dvital, you see. How you can't sing this in 3 beats, the normal beats which you sing. So that's one of the important things. Is personified by sound. It means we can experience Krishna in the form of that sound vibration when we like we hear kirtans and we enjoy it, right? Like the same way Bhagavatam also can be sung in a kirtan form. Now, then the next one, we'll go to the next one. We saw the purport also. You can take note of it. We discussed already how the purport is. Then I am going to the next shloka. These are all some of the shlokas in Bhagavatam which reference to the importance of the shabdas, the shabda and the chanda. These are all referring to the shabda form of the Lord. How he is present himself in the shabda form. There is someone who can sing in the same thing in a different raga also, but the chanda is the same. So this one is a different chanda. Now, shall we see, if you see this particular chanda, these chandas, how are they divided based on the number of aksharas, type of the aksharas, etc. That we will see in the next couple of slides. But before that, we want to set the ground for, the importance of the sound vibration, importance of chanda, right? Anybody who has a question can raise your hand, right? So please feel free to raise your hand, and we can, if you have any questions in between, you don't have to wait till the end to ask your questions. So this sloka, it is having total 14 aksharas. The previous one had 11 aksharas. This one had 14 aksharas. In this particular thing is sung in the, our Brahma Samhita and all, how we recite. Chinta mani prakarasadma shukalpa vriksha. Right? That way we will sing this. Ye tu tvadiya charanambuja kosha gandham. See, here you cannot play the 2 beats. This you cannot play. So here when you come, ye tu tvadiya charanambuja kosha gandham. Jighanti karna vivarai shrutivātanitam. Bhaktya gruhita charana paraya cha tesham. Napaisinata hridayam buruhat swapunsam. See how it fits in exactly. This is why the chandas. When you have the chanda, accordingly the beats will go automatically. It will fit in exactly. You will not be able to swap the beats between these two, and like that in any other chanda also. Can somebody read this translation? It's a very beautiful translation. It is. Shobha Mataji, please go ahead.
Correct.
Yes, Prabhu. Krishnamurti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, translation
Yes.
J.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Then the Supreme Authority, personality by sound and unseen by eyes.
No, Mataji. I'm
395.
asking about the next one, 395.
Oh my Lord, persons who smell aroma of your lotus feet, carried by the air of Vedic sounds through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of your hearts. Haribol Gandha Prabhuji. Thank you.
Were you able to hear my kartal sound when I was
Very
playing?
slow, very slow.
Very low.
No, very low.
Okay. See what would be the reason. Let me this person time. Will be able to get a better sound. Now you are able to hear it? Are you able to hear it?
No, Prabhu.
No, Prabhuji.
Prabhu in the share.
Sorry?
Prabhu, when you share, there will be
I
options.
think the problem is with let me just take out this thing. Just use the computers. You should be able to hear me. You are able to hear my voice?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, fine. Now it will be better, I think. Now, is it better now?
Yes, we are hearing Prabhu now.
So all these headsets have their own challenges. See, anyway, we'll go into the meaning of this sloka. That's more important. See, this is Brahma's prayers to Krishna before the creation. No? So he says, "Oh my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, right, carried by the air of Vedic sound." See, these are all the Vedic sound vibrations. These Vedic sound vibrations, where are they coming from? From the lotus feet of Krishna. And that lotus feet means, see, Krishna is standing in the lotus and his feet itself is like lotus. And Kosha Gandham. Kosha means the inner worlds, the innermost part of the lotus, right? The Kosha we call it, worlds we call it. There is the actual honey is there. That is why honeys and honeybee and all go and sit inside the part of that lotus and or any other flower and take the honey from there, right? So
that is where the aroma, like any, it's actually, it has its own transcendental aroma, right? We call it the smell. We call it smell, but it's actually is the fragrance aroma. So the transcendental aroma from Krishna's lotus feet, but the aroma, it needs the air to carry itself, isn't it? So air is when the Vedic sound vibration also needs the air to carry it. Without air, the sound will not travel. So it's very important to note this this connection between air, sound, and aroma. Both the sound and the aroma, their standard carrier medium is the air, right? So the air is there, carried by the air of Vedic sound. When we are chanting, the air of Vedic sound, the sound vibration is carried the form of the air, and it carries the aroma of Krishna's lotus feet with it. It's originating from there, and it's carrying that fragrance. So the air of Vedic sound goes through the ears. Normally, air we smell through the nose, but this transcendental sound vibration, this air is smelled or experienced through the ears. That's why Jigranti means smelling. Karna Vivarahi. Vivarahi means wide open ears. Vivara is, tell in Vivara means tell in detail. So Karna Vivarahi means the ears have become wide open to carry all the Vedic sound vibration, right? All of it has to go through, means you have to keep it wide open. So through the holes of the ears, they Shruti Vata Nitam. Shruti means hearing, Vata means air, Nitam, that hearing, that sound vibration is carried through the Vata, air. And when we are able to hear that and experience it, we will have Bhaktya Gruhita, Charanaha Paraya Chatesham. They are able to develop devotional service unto your lotus feet. They surrender to your lotus feet, and they get the devotional service. They accept it. They experience the devotional service, and they accept it as a foremost of everything. Na Paishi Natha Hridaya Amburu Hasa Pumsa. For such people, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. In our hearts also, Krishna is sitting as Paramatma. He is never separated from our heart, because we are enjoying the fragrance of his aroma of his lotus feet. So he is always there and keeping on supplying that. Suddenly he will remind us of some sloka, Sarvadharman Parityaja, or another sloka, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, or any other sloka, Srinan. So Smarayam Chachintayan, then you are using this chandas and you are chanting that with bhava. Then that is how Krishna is inspiring us from within our hearts and keeping us tightly bound with him through the form of this transcendental sound vibrations. Okay, so this sloka is very beautiful, chanted by Lord Brahma himself, sung by Lord Brahma himself. You'll see the next one. Shloka, it talks about, from Vishnu Purana, it is there. It talks about the 7 different types of the chanda. There are chanda class, and within that there are different types. So these are all classes of chandas. So the 7 horses, Gayatri cha Brihatyushne Jagati Trishtupevacha Anushtup Pankti Chandamsi Hridayo Ravehe. Ravi means Surya Bhagavan, right? So he travels in the chariot yoked with 7 horses. And these 7 horses, when they are actually designated by this name, and when they are running also, they create the sound which is equal, which represents these chandas. This Gayatri, Brihati, Ushne, Jagati, Trishtup, Anushtup, Pankti, all these are each one akshara more than the previous one, like that. So there is a transcendental connection between the sun god traveling also, because sun god is traveling. It's not that he just travels once in a while. Consistently he is traveling. Because if he stops traveling, we will all be dead. So he is traveling continuously in his chariot, and continuously this chanting is going on all through. That is why sun god is very dear to Krishna, because he is always serving Krishna without a break. So this is another important thing, how Vishnu Purana is, and we know in Bhagavatam also the same thing is mentioned. We'll share that in a couple of slides later. So these 7 Chanda classes, they are the middle part of the big list of classes. I will I will tell you. I will show all of them next slide. So once we complete this these important shlokas, unless and until we get attached to these shlokas, Prabhu's Mataji's, our learning of chandas or other scientific details will only stay as an academic thing. That is why I want to make sure that we all develop that awe and reverence towards this very, very beautiful science, which is elaborated and enhanced through the beautiful scripture called Bhagavatam and other related scriptures. We'll go to the next one.
Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes, Prabhu.
So when you say classes, these are groups. Chandas can be grouped into
Prabhu,
this.
yes, Prabhu. Each, for example, within this Trishtup is a class of Chanda which has 11 aksharas in it. Each line. So total 44. Okay, each pada, we call it pada. Each pada there are 11 aksharas, which means 44 aksharas are the total. So there are different types of chandas which are within this Trishtup. And those are those, even though they have 11 aksharas, all of them cannot be sung in the same meter. They are different meter and they can be sung in different raga only.
Yes.
Is that okay? You will see those classes. I will come to that very soon. So this particular shloka is from Bhagavad Gita. We all know this shloka. But in there is something very interesting thing is there. Can somebody read this shloka? You all know this shloka. In the 15th chapter, first shloka, Krishna says this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Pranam
Prabhuji. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adashakam Ashwatam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavit. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, who wants to read the translation?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its root upward and its branches down, and whose trees are the Vedic kinds. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Thank you, Prabhuji.
See this shloka, this translation we know very well in this shloka also. But there is one thing that is very interesting here is the word chanda. We use chandamsi yasya parnani. In this tree, which is upside down tree, it explains different things like the roots upward, branches down. But in that, the leaves are unlimited number of leaves be there. Thousands and thousands of leaves. And they are all put together, they are the Vedic hymns. Vedic hymns. Hymns means chanting, right? Here is something very interesting. Yastam Vedas Vedavid. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Chanda is part of this whole universe of this Veda, right? And the Vedas themselves are called Chanda. Because Vedas, as you keep the chanting, they all are sung in different chandas, right? They all have their own different chandas. Bhagavatam is part of the Vedas. Veda means everything put together. All Itihasas, Puranas, Vedas, Vedanta Sutra, everything put together, right? Now, this Chanda means Veda itself is called Chanda in one way. Why? Because all of them are sung in the different chandas. Now, many times they will say that they will not even use the word Veda, I will only use the word Chanda. For example, I have to give you a little example. We all use this word Xerox, no? We use this word Xerox copy. Go and take a Xerox copy, right? But Xerox copy is actually, Xerox is the company that invented that copy, that copier. Actually, it is called photocopy, right? You take a photocopy, but we keep telling you take Xerox, take Xerox. Why? Because Xerox invented this photocopy. Then in the due course of time, Xerox became photocopy. You got this example. Actually, it is called photocopy. Real meaning is Real meaning is photocopy. You ask something, give me photocopy. But then people keep using the word Xerox, Xerox, Xerox done here. But actually, Xerox is only a company's name. It's not Xerox. Doesn't mean photocopy, right? Same way, in the early days, there used to be this washing powder called Nirma, right? People used to call them, Nirma washing powder, Nirma washing powder, Nirma, that's all. There'll be some advertisements coming. And in due course of time, people just go to the shop and say, give me Nirma. They will not ask, give me washing powder. But the person will come and give washing powder. You know that Nirma means washing powder. So by keep on repeating this, we use it because it is so much full with this Chanda Vedas. Many times it is called, they call Chanda only. That is why Chandamsi Isya Parnani, Krishna himself is establishing this fact between the connection between the Veda, Shabda Rupi Veda in the form of Chanda. Because it is all Vedas is sung in the, are composed in the metrical form. It's another name is called Chandamsi, Chanda. Somebody is writing some lines, Prabhu. I don't know who is that.
Hare Krishna, please ask your kid not to script. Thank you.
We'll go to the next sloka. Now, this is a very beautiful one. Here also, the rhythmic way of chanting the slokas is highlighted. And it's sung by the four Kumaras, Sanat Kumaras. And it's sung by the four Kumaras, and it is heard by Lord Sankarsana, who has the Anantashesha, who has thousands of hoods, and he is shaking all his heads in rhythmic patterns based on how they are chanting. Okay. I just stop the share to remove that line. Share it again. Now you are able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So here this is also sung very nicely. Again, this is also in the Dvital meter. How to count the aksharas also we will see. Just sing this up also. Muhurranto vachasānurāga skalatpadena kritani tajñā kirīta sahasramani praveka pradyodito dama phana sahasram. Anybody would like to recite this? Sorry, read this translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I will read it.
Yes,
the four Kumaras, headed by Sanat Kumara, who all knew the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, glorified the Lord in rhythmic accent with selected words full of affection and love. At that time, Lord Sankarsana, with his thousands of raised woods, began to radiate an effulgence from the glowing stones of his head.
Just imagine, Lord Sankarsana has thousands and thousands of heads, and each one of those heads has glowing gems, and he is radiating effulgence out of joy, out of cheerfulness. He is, because the Sanat Kumaras are very expert in chanting the slokas, rhythmic accents. Skalat Padena. Skalat Padena means each pada is done in a rhythmic way. So you will enjoy the beats. Like many times we hear the beats, even if it is mundane beats, we feel a little bit in the thing, some experience, right? Something like that. But a transcendental sound vibration has its own purity, so it's very beautifully it beautifully received. right? So this is the importance of chandas when you are singing with the thing. The Sanat Kumaras are singing, and Lord Shankarshana is enjoying it. He not only hearing the glorification but also singing it in the rhythmic accent. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. This is a very, very important shloka. This shloka is in 11th canto, 21st chapter. Some 3 shlokas are there. This particular shloka is so important because it explains the origin of where it is originally starting from, commencing, where it really was created and starting from there, right? So let me just sorry. Something happened. Yeah, let's read this shloka. Now that you know how I am reciting now, can someone try to recite this 3 shlokas? The shloka.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, a small clarification, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
In the text, how we have to count the number of words?
Coming next, Prabhu. Coming next.
Okay.
You just please hold on to your questions, and you will know how to count, how to form the pattern, everything I will show you. Let's read this shloka in the meantime. Before even we count, we can. This is an Anushtup. The same way Uddha Moolam is sung, you can sing in that same way, right? Yes, Mataji. Shobha Mataji is raising hand.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
It's 3.8.6 I have to recite.
No. 11, 21, 38 and 38 to 40.
Haribol. Yatornabi.
No, Mataji. It's like this, Mataji. I will tell you. Yathornanabir hridayat urnamudvamate mukhat akashakoshavan prano manasa sparsha rupina tando mayo amritamayah sahasra padavim prabhu omkaradyanjita sparsha परोष्मान्तस्तभूषितां विचित्रभाषा विततां छन्दोभिश्चतुरुत्तरैः अनन्तपारां बृहतीं सृजत्याक्षिपते स्वयम्. Was it okay, Mataji? So we do with this thing.
I'm not sure, Prabhuji, I may do mistakes.
So you just follow this. You follow the same way for all this thing. You know, Dhritarashtra Vacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsava Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimmakurvata Sanjaya. Right? This will be. Very nice.
Akasha Toshavan Prano Manasa Sparsha Rupina Chando Maya Amrita Maya Sahasra Padavim Prabhu Omkara Tyatinta Sparsha Sarvosmantasta Bhushitam Vichitra Bhasha Vitatam Chando Vishchatuttarai Ananta Paramam Bruhatim Sujati Aksipate Swayam.
Very, very nice, Mataji. In a moment you caught. You see how the whole thing is so easy. It's just that you know how the whole thing is you know how to pronounce the aksharas and finished. That's it. It's very simple.
Read the translation, Prabhuji.
Now, translation is even more important. Translation is actually the most important thing in this now. But how much you enjoyed reciting the shloka, double the enjoyment you will get when you read the translation. Yes.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just as a spider brings forth from its heart its web and emits through its mouth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests himself as the reverberating primeval vital air comprising all sacred Vedic meters and full of transcendental pleasure.
Now, Mataji, 1 minute. Please hold on there. This is a long translation, so we'll have to break and understand. Now, you see, he is giving the example of spider. Because spider, what it does, it creates its web from its own saliva, right? And then it winds up and it goes inside. There is it's a, I mean, normally that is what they do, right? For Krishna, he just from its heart, the spider is bringing its web and emits through its mouth. Krishna is also, he is manifesting himself. In other words, these shlokas are all Krishna himself. This is the verse that again proves that these shlokas are non-different. Just like we saw Nabolingam, Alingam, Krishna is personified by the sound vibration. See here, the same person, he is manifesting himself in the form of this sound vibration. So reverberating primeval vital air. See, it's a beautiful thing. The original air that is coming from the spiritual world. And that way air is coming, is comprises what? Like air is the medium which carries all the sacred Vedic meters and full of transcendental pleasure. Two things. This is Yatho Urnanabir Hridayat Urnam Udvamate Mukhat. Akashat Goshavan Prano Manasa Sparsha Rupina. So this is actually full of transcendental pleasure. Not Krishna, actually the pleasure that which we are experiencing when we are hearing these shlokas, chanting these shlokas, Hare Krishna mantra, while chanting the kirtans or japa, etc. They are all directly Krishna, and Krishna, when he is sending it from the spiritual world, sending himself to the spiritual world, he is sending what are the things he is sending? He is sending the sacred Vedic meters and the transcendental pleasure also. The pleasure that he is experiencing in the spiritual world, he is sending it through these transcendental Vedic sound vibrations and the meters. When you are singing them like this nicely, then you will experience full joy. Now you will go to the next part.
Hare Krishna. Thus the Lord, from the ethereal sky of his heart, creates the great and limitless Vedic sounds by the agency of his mind, which conceives of variegated sounds such as the sparshas.
Now you see, we know the sparshas, the various different, dantavya, talavya, voshtya, murdanya, kaka, gaga, nga, cha, cha, jajana, we know that, right? In the Hindi or any of our Devanagari, our mother tongue, except Tamil, all others should have the same setup. So this is, it's all called the sparshas. The vowels, the consonants, etc. Right? Now, from the ethereal sky of his heart, Krishna's heart is there. No, inside our heart also there is a sky. There also we have a sky. Inside our heart also there is a sky. That is called Daharakash. Similarly, Krishna's heart also there is a sky, means the space, right? Space. So from that heart, Krishna is creating the great and limitless Vedic sound. By what he is creating? Through his mind, means through his desires. He thinks, he feels, and he thinks. Krishna also has his mind. So, but it is pure compared to our impure mind. So through this is conceiving the variegated sounds such as the sparsha, then kaka, gaga, cha, cha, jajana, like that. And another meaning of this word is sparsha means touch, right? So these aksharas or this Vedic sound vibration are meant to experience Krishna by our touch of the tongue and touch of our chanting, from our heart. We can experience Krishna's touch there, sparsha. That's why they are called sparshas. Now, please read the next part, Mataji.
The Vedic sound branches out in thousands of directions.
See, now Vedic sound branches out to thousands of directions means what? There are so many different branches in Vedas, right? Jyotish part is there, then Vastu part is there, then astronomy is there, then geography is there, the universal creation is there. So many different branches are there, right? And unlimited number of branches. Puranas, Vedantas, Vidihasas, and Upapuranas, Upakyanas, Kavyas, so many different, they're all different branches. And Chanda Shastra, Jyotish Shastra, Kalpa, Nirukti, they're all branches of the Veda. They're called Shadangas, Vedangas, Veda Shadangas, they're called. In thousands of directions, but all of them are adorned with the different letters expanded from the syllable Om. Krishna is expanding Om iti ekaksharam Brahma Vyakaran Ma Manusmaran Shabda Ke Paurusham Rishu. Then all those things are there in Bhagavad Gita also, no? So Krishna is representing himself in the form of Om. Om is the first akshara that expands, right? That is manifested here. And from there comes all the consonants, vowels, sibilants, semi-vowels, and all of them are. We will see what are those things in the slides. What are these consonants, vowels, sibilants, all the semi-vowels and all. So this is how the aksharas have come out from Krishna's heart. So we should not take them lightly. That is why there is not a single flaw you can find in this science. Not a single flaw. Not a tiny little flaw also you cannot find. Or in other words, these aksharas, you cannot say that these aksharas cannot be used to express something else which I think in my heart. No. Every single thing that you can feel in your heart can be expressed through these few set of aksharas only. How much very deep and sophisticated that science that is created by Krishna. So this is a very immaculate science, very deep science it is. Very wonderful creation. So next statement, can you read, Mataji? Veda is then elaborated.
The Veda is then elaborated by many verbal varieties expressed in different meters, each having 4 more syllables than the previous one. Ultimately, the Lord again withdraws his manifestation of Vedic sound within himself.
When the creation is over, he will again withdraw it all inside himself and recreate it when Brahma has to do it again, right? So this is how it is. But then you see the point here, Veda is then elaborated by many verbal varieties. We have, in English, we have so many different things, no? Pronouns, proverbs, verbs, adverbs, adjective, then so many different categories are there, no? Like that, there are different categories even in Sanskrit, even more sophisticated, in fact, and expressed in different meters. We saw that Gayatri, Ushna, Anushtup, Ushni, all those Brihati, all those different. There are only 7 of the various different chandas. But why each of them is 4 more? Can somebody answer this question?
Can you come again with the question, Prabhuji? It's not clear.
Why the different meters, each having 4 more than the previous one? What is that? Why 4 more syllables?
When the syllables are joined together, it gives different. I just remember the Atma Rama verse.
This is not the Atmarama thing. Why this each one is 4 more than the other one? I will tell you. Stop this and start again. I will share it again. Just please give me 1 second. Running slowly.
Prabhuji, is that ether, fire, water, it all mixes its own character and adds one more? Is it like that, Prabhuji? Each time when one syllable is...
No. I will show you. There is this sharing thing. See, there is this. You will be able to see my screen now. You see an empty screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Now you see this here. This is the different classes, chanda classes overall. Okay. Here we are talking about anushtup being eight syllables in each line, each pada. Okay. So in 4 pada, how many will be there? In each pada, 8 means
32.
32, right? So Brihati has 9 in each line. So 4 lines, how many?
36.
So what is the difference between the two?
4.
4 more.
That is the 4 things they are telling here. That each 4 syllables more than the previous one. Gayatri is 6 into 4, 24. Gayatri is a meter, not the Gayatri that we sing. That is one of the Gayatris actually, right? It's actually there are many different shlokas or verses are there in the Gayatri class of Chanda. Now between 6 Gayatri and Ushnik, 6 into 4, 24, 7 into 4, 28. So there is a 4 differences there. But why I highlighted this in red is because these are the 7 the horses are mentioned. We saw that shloka, no? This shloka. The 7 horses. It's explained in both Bhagavatam and Vishnu Puranam. Right? Gayatri, Brihati. This is the sequence actually. In Vishnu Purana, it is given in a sequence. Gayatri. Then the next is Ushnik. It's reverse, it's just a little bit short. Ushnik, Anushtup, Brihati, Jagati, Trishtup, Pankti. These are the 7 the names of the 7 horses. Say they are in sequence. But then Bhagavatam doesn't stop there. It goes beyond that. Ati Jagati, Shakvari, Ati Shakvari, Ashti, Ati Ashti, then Ati Dhriti, then Prakriti. Prakriti means each line will have 20, each pada will have 21 aksharas, which means 4 lines. How many will be there? 84.
84.
So 21 aksharas is the longest in Bhagavatam. It's actually, so 4 lines, 84. And this also I have put here that in Bhagavatam there are 7 different types of. I told you, I think Kavachandra Prabhu asked this question that what is class and type? So there are 7 different types of this Trishtup itself. There are 5 different types of the Jagati itself. In other words, there will be many different shlokas which will have 11 aksharas, but they are all different. There are different chandas. It's in the same class, different chandas. You got it? So total you have about 27 or 28 types of chandas are there. Though that's why I mentioned in Bhagavatam 3 types, 7 types, 5 types. This Ati Jagati is 5 types, and after Prakriti is 1 type is there. Shakvari is 1 type is there. This 14 syllables what that Yetu Tvadiya Charanam Poshantam sang, no? That is in that. So I just wanted to give a small idea on this different types of chanda classes total overall. It starts with 1. This Mukta is only 1 in each, so 1, 1, 1, 1, 4 padas. There only with one syllable. Atyukta only with 2, 2, 2, 2. So 8 will be there. So Madhya will be 3 like that. So but then these are all very rare, very uncommon. The most common ones are which are listed here. Is that helpful?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So before we go to this, where is this? It is not working. Now let's go to the next thing. Where is that? Yeah, there is one beautiful shloka is there. This is this talks about the science of chanda. Sorry, shabda. This particular shloka gives a beautiful, intricate understanding or explanation of where the shabda started in this world, in us, how it starts. Like for example, I am speaking. The speech, where it actually starts and where through what is that journey. We just simply speak. So many things we speak, we keep on speaking, but it has a journey going through. That part we know we have to understand. Very beautiful shloka this is, and the meaning, word to word meaning, all three are there. This is actually from Panini's Shiksha. It's called Panini Shiksha. It's called Panini Shiksha. So Atma Buddhya Sametyarthan Manoyunte Vivakshaya Manah Kayagni Mahanti Sa Prerayati Marutam Marutastu Rasi Charan Mandram Janayati Swaram Sodirno Murtnya Abhihato Vaktram Apadya Marutaha Varnan Janayate Desham Vibhagaha Panchada Smataha. This is the shloka. But if you have to understand bit by bit, then you will be really enjoying this shloka. See, Atma Buddhya Sametyarthan. I have given the word to word meaning on the right side. It's very beautiful to meditate on. Sametyarthan means Atma and Buddhi. Atma is the soul. Buddhi is the its working part. It's intelligence. Atma is working through intelligence, right? Sametya, they have become a single entity. Means whatever I am telling you do, whatever I am saying, you just follow that. That's how Atma and Buddhi they are one. They become one single entity. When they don't become single entity, that's when we completely get into all different the confusing state of existence, right? So they are single entity. Arthan means the things that which are within us in the form of samskara. Artha means valuable thing. Like whatever I feel it as a valuable thing, I keep it within myself. It will be carried from life after life. And in this life also my experiences, through my experiences, whatever valuable things I gather, I will keep that in my heart, as that will form my sanskar, isn't it? We always say, oh, his sanskar is like that, his brought up is like that, and so on. No? In English, we say use the word brought up, but actually it's nothing but it's sanskar only. So that sanskar creates that whatever things that are valuable that is inside. Okay. Vivakshaya means with the desire to speak. Actually, Atma has a desire to speak, but it cannot speak to this to make this material world here. It needs a material medium to express itself. That's why it tells through the buddhi. After it tells to the buddhi, its job stops because buddhi takes control. Now buddhi, what it does, it is put into the job. It means it's yukte means mano yukte. Mano yukte, and then vivakshaya means the desire to speak. It is putting the mind into the job. Come on, you go and express it. So manah kayagnim ahanti. Now till this point it is subtle. Now slowly it is becoming into a little bit gross, but lot of subtle, because the air inside the body we cannot see or feel it. It's very subtle. It's a subtle part, pranavayu, the vayu thing. So the mind is the one that is the medium between spiritual and the material body, right? So what it does, mana kayagnim ahanti. Kayagni means this body has its fire. The fire which is called Chatragni, that fire is used to speak also. That fire is used, it causes the hunger also. When that fire becomes more, then we feel hungry and we want to eat. And when that Agni gone means finished, life is gone. So this Kaya Agni, that fire in the body, mind is actually inspiring the fire in the body. Prerayati, prerana we say, no? Prerayati. So the body fire, it says, oh, move in this way. See, in the bike we are giving like throttle, and the car we are pressing the foot pedal, right? But inside, what happens for the car to run straight? I am not pushing the car straight from behind. I am simply pressing the pedal, right? It inspires the petrol and the ignition to work in a certain scientific way that it creates that energy and pushes the body, the vehicle forward, isn't it? It's the same. It's pretty much kind of almost the same mechanism, right? So for this prerayati marutam, and what is that? The fire is inspiring the air to move. Marutam means Maruti we call no Vayuputra Maruti we say no. So Maruts also there. The 49 Maruts are there. So Marutam, that is there inside our body, right? That the mind is inspiring the fire to ignite in a certain way. Like when we are really angry, then the fire will be too much, and then we speak out loud, we shout and all that, right? But when we are really calm and peaceful, we are speaking slow, like that. But so this what it does, mind is inspiring the fire to ignite in a certain way. See how deep science this is. And then that fire is moving the air inside the body. Sa prerayati marutam. Marutas to urasi charan. See, urasi means actually it's mainly in this area, no, chest, in our heart, in the chest, and all that, no. Here it urasi means it in the chest. It is slowly moving. Mandram slowly. Janayati generates. It is actually generating the air. Just the air generates the swaras, low sound. Initially, in here itself, that sound is there. That's why when we are not keeping well and all, there's a gurra sound will be there. Some gurra is there in Bhagavatam also. The sound will be there. So already the sound is generated, but it is in a crude form, in a subtle form. That is the called swaram. And then sa martaha, such air, it pushes forward still. The air, the fire is still pushing the air, and air is pushing it forward with the content what the Atma wanted to speak, and then it comes up murdana udirnaha murdni abhirataha. It that slowly that grave voice that comes up to here, and it hits the palate. You know what is palate? No, the tongue with the spot. And then it returns to the mouth, hits the palate, returns to the mouth. Patram murdni abhirataha apadya vatram. Then janayate varnan. Then when it hits the palate and the tongue and the mouth with that content, then it creates the different varnas. The different varnas are there, no? Ka ga ga na cha cha ja ja nya da 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 na ta ta da da na pa 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 ma sha sa ha, etc. etc. Those are all called. This is called panchadasmita. Vibhagaha panchadasmita. We have kantya gutturals, ka ga ga ga, palatals, you know, then we have the talavyas, ta 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 da da na, right? Cerebrals, ta ta da da na. Then dantals, ta ta da da, like that. Then labials, that is in the lips. Oshtia means lips. Pa 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 bha ba ma, right? Third is ba, then fourth is bha. That like these are all the different letters that are getting generated, inspired by the Atma to the intelligence to the based on the samskaras to the mind to the fire to the air to the swaram, low sound. Then it goes and hits our palate and comes to the mouth. Then we are speaking. This all that I spoke now, it has followed. Whatever else we speak also, it has followed this mechanism. See the overall concept, the flow of the process. You're able to appreciate this now, how it is working. Whatever we are singing, maybe people are different musicians, they sing very nicely. Some musicians compose nice tunes and ragas and songs, and whatever they are able to write different things and sing in different meters and different tunes, ragas, etc., etc. All those are coming by this whole process. And in order this process to succeed, there should be a good sanskar should be there. The sanskar should be very, very nice. In the sattvic sanskar is there, then the sattvic words will come out. Rajasic, tamasic, it will be that way. Any questions here before we move on?
Exemplary explanation. It's an eye-opener, Prabhuji. Haribol, very wondering.
Yes, I think Gaurchandra Prabhu has a question.
So the samskaras,
Voice breaking.
Understand is that your habit becomes a character than it's samskara.
Your
Prabhu,
voice
my voice is breaking. Is it better now?
Yes, Prabhu, it is better now.
Prabhu, the samskaras I'm trying to understand, because samskara means for us, it's habit becomes character, then whatever the previous habits you have, that's samskaras. That's what my understanding. But how that samskara will influence the sound which we are speaking?
No, Prabhu, see, samskaras, for example, Prabhu, see, if I have been always accustomed to say serving in the temple or some in a nice sattvic environment, right? My desire will be, Atma's desire will be tuned to that only, no, Prabhu. Like if you're always serving the Lord along with some nice sadhu people, then you will always be thinking like that. But when you are always connected with Rajasic people or some Rajasic activity which you are doing, then your speech also will be like that, isn't it? Your desire also like that. See, you be with some colloquial people who talk all low class language. They will speak in that way only. No, they will be used to that. They will you won't know. Even they won't know anything other than the what you call, in every single statement they will put a gali word, a bad word there.
Correct.
That comes from samskara, habituated. And desire also is like that only. How we desire through this desire for whatever I am desiring also is through the satsanga. That's why Bhagavatam says, Tato dussangam utsrujya satsu sangeta buddhiman. Give the dussanga and take association of only buddhiman, satsanga, sadhu sangha.
Prabhuji, I think this association itself, it influences us to act like that then.
Which one, Prabhu?
The association itself influences us to act like that.
Yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. So is that clear, Gaurchandra Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Very clear, yeah.
So see, this verse is so beautiful because I really relish this thing mainly because it gives a complete flow of where it starts from. Right? The thing is, here is where the problem is. Atma is pure. Atma is never contaminated by the association of bad people. But see, I will show you this particular part where the real problem happens. See, here the soul which keeps the totality of all things within in the form of samskara in conjunction with the intellect and with the desire to speak inspires the mind. Okay. Now, when the samskara, the soul is not affected by the samskara. It keeps the totality of all things within it. Suppose I have a bag in my house, I am not that bag. Right? But that bag is something which I keep using to travel and all that. Isn't it? So it's like that. The samskaras are like the items inside that bag. Now, the soul will tell, I want to eat good food. I mean, I want you to have good food. But what will the intellect and mind will in combine there? They cut Atma off and they get into a partnership, and they say that you need to eat nicely. Yes, given the money is there, let's just go and enjoy. So that is when the whole thing breaks from what the Atma wants to what ultimately we are connected to that comes because see the dussanga doesn't affect the soul. The dussanga affects only the sanskaras and which are collected through mind and intelligence, predominantly mind. Does that help, Prabhu?
Yes, very much, Prabhu.
That's why you will
Very
see that
deep.
some people are very bad in their words in speech. Some people are good in their speech. And some people, even though they are brought up in, they are having some time good things also, that still their thing takes long time to clear off. So that is all because of the vasanas, we call it. The mind is carrying all these vasanas and samskaras, and it takes control over the. What mind does is it represents itself as the soul, like the duplicate soul. In combination with false ego, it cheats the senses and all, saying that, hey, I am your boss. You do whatever I want. So that is what the mind wants to do, and then we cut away. So that is where but it also pushes the body fire. That process all same only. Pushes the body fire, then the air, then the swaras, that will all be there. So, but it will not be the original thing that the Atma wants to do. So there, because of the buddhi and mind, especially taking control. Bhagavatam elaborates on this very much. I just wanted to say that in brief. There's so many shlokas which talks about how mind takes control over the intelligence and senses. That's all there.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So, some reason I think it stops working. These are all some of the things about Shabda and Chanda. Now we should come to how to form the syllables and syllables and the rules. Let me show you that. This we saw, no? Now we'll go to the next one. These are all the Sanskrit alphabets that which we are talking about. Now Prabhuji was asking, I think it was Krishnamurti or somebody was asking how to count the syllables, and we will get to the rules now. So Prabhu, Gaurchandra Prabhu, I told you now, it will not be done in 2 sessions. You know how it is. Now we haven't even gone to the different chandas and how to sing that. We need a separate session for that. But this is the platform, foundation on which you can do that. You can directly, I can tell you this shloka you sing like this, that shloka you sing like that. But then if some new shloka comes, how will you know which chanda to choose, which shloka to sing? So this thing, this whole sequence of explanation will tell you how to count the aksharas, how to count the ganas, how to find the chanda, that the chanda pattern, how the which chanda fits to that gana pattern, and which thing to sing, which raga to sing, and all these things will be covered, so that independently you can do, not only for Bhagavatam shloka, any shloka you take, you can find it. So now this Sanskrit Varnamala, it is called. No? This is very common. Most of us will know in your own languages. In Tamil, it is a little different, but all other languages you have that. You see, the vowels are called swaras. I told you, swaram, swa rajyate iti swaram. That which can rule on its own is called swara, or that which can brighten some place. It's called swara. Without the swaras, vowels, the consonants is of no use. For example, ik plus a is ka. Without that a, it is of no use, isn't it? So that a, e, we have all these different things. In that also, we have short and long. A is short, a is long. E is short, e is long. U is short, u is long. You understand? That is the short and long aksharas, we call it. A is short, A is long. O, O. Now these A and A both are long here. O and O both are long as far as Sanskrit is concerned. Here this top side, These we have the simple ones, short and long. Short or long. E short, E long. U short, U long. But I, sorry, I, O. These four are considered as long only. Dirgha, Hrasva. Dirgha means long, Hrasva means short. Now we come to the consonants. We have already talked about this kaka, gaganga, cha, cha, jana. Depending on where the sound is coming from, they are called as gutturals, palatals. These are English words, but normally gutturals is kantavya, palatals is middle of the mouth, like cha. You do the tongue with the cha, middle of the palate. And then cerebral is tha. You fold the tongue and you hit the top of the thing. That is why it's called cerebral, after the touching with the brain part. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. In all of these, you fold your tongue. That is why it is called cerebrals. We call it as mudnya. Mudnya means top part. Then dentals, dantavya. What is that dantavya? That is ta. The tongue is touching the teeth when it is pronouncing. No, so that is what's called dantavya. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. In all of that, you touch the thing. Last is labials, lips, ostavya. Pa, fa, ba, bha, ma. You got it? That fa also is actually, in Hindi it is fa. In Sanskrit it is not fa. It is pha. Pha. It's we have to pronounce like that. It's not fa. It is pha. So that's very one. Then yara, lava, shasasa, all these things we know. So these are all the aksharas we have. In short, I'm just covering them in very short thing. In this only, this each of this is called a varga. Pa varga, ta varga, ta varga, like that. So in our lecture, Prabhupada will always give this example of pa varga and apavarga. Pa varga means this pa, ba, bha, ma. In this, each of these akshara as a word. Pa is parishram, pha is fan, foam. Fan means foam. Ba is bandhan, bha is bhaya, ma is mrityu. Right? This is called pavarga. We have this called pavarga. And apavarga is that which surpasses these five. Parishram, extra endeavor. Pha is pain. You do extra endeavor and your foam comes from your mouth. Then because of your extraneous endeavor, you attain something, you develop a bandhan, binding to it. Then there is a fear in your mind that, oh, I will lose it. Then at the end of the life, mrityu. With this bhava only we die, we live our life. That's why it's called pavarga. But apavarga means free of these five items. That is why apavarga means it is spiritual. It's anti-material thing. So that is why apavarga sharanam. Krishna is called apavarga sharanam. Like that, it is many times it's called apavarga. Means that word which is not having any of these five things: parishram, pain, bandhan, bhaya, and mrityu. None of these things are there in that word. So like this, each of those letters have different connotations or explanations, but we will not get into all of them. This our guy is very famous to explain that. Now coming to this part, and we will have to end here. Unfortunately, time is also running out. I want to give some little time for devotees to ask any questions. We already told that we will probably have to have one more session. So we will cover that how to form the ganas and then the chandas, different chandas in our next session. Now, starting off with the first, there are some rules in which these are all the alphabets, right? The Sanskrit, the alphabets, right? How an akshara is formed, syllables are formed from a sloka, from any text or for a word. Now there are some rules, very simple ones. I have given some examples also here. So let's go with that one by one. First thing is, a syllable or akshara is a vowel following one or more consonants or a vowel without any. Now, the simplest akshara is a. Okay, but there are also other aksharas, like for example, now next one, I will show you the next one, if you understand. Yes, then the next rule is a syllable must have a vowel. definitely there must be at least one vowel in a akshara. Okay. These aksharas combined together form the Gana. So I'm just telling you about how to what are the rules for an akshara. A syllable must have a vowel. These are all the vowels. A, I, E, U, O, A, I, O, all these. These are all the vowels. These. Now it must have at least one vowel, and it must have at most only one vowel. See, beautiful rule this is. There cannot be more than one vowel in an akshara. But there can be more than one consonant in an akshara. But there can be only one vowel, because life is only one. So this is the life of the whole thing. This is the soul, and the consonants are the body. Vyanjanas are the body. So the soul is only one. So a syllable must have a vowel, and it must have only one vowel. Example, ki. It can start with the consonant, but it must have a vowel. What is the vowel here in ki?
E, Prabhu.
E, yes. So that ki, ka, ik plus E. So ik is consonant, E is vowel. A, ya plus E, A, right? So the E is again that is there. O, all these are correct ones. And those which are cannot be considered as, I mean, you cannot call something as a akshara if it has only ik, and here what is the problem in this? Whatever is wrong, I put it in red. Can you see what is wrong in this?
Two vowels.
Two vowels. O and A, both are vowels. Two vowels cannot be there in an akshara, correct? And there are no consonants there. Of course, vowel alone can be a consonant, can be an akshara also. Like for example, A or A can be a akshara also. But still, two vowels cannot be there. The same thing is ua, iya, and here ya, e is not, il is not, is a consonant. Ava, there are two vowels again. Okay, so these are all the right and wrong ones we have. Then the next thing is we have something called anuswara. Anuswara or visarga. You would have seen in Krishna, there is a yam with a dot will be there. Let me see if I can show some examples. Oh, I have to share the screen, huh? Okay. Stop the share. Share. Open some shloka. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Are you able to see my screen? Veda screen now?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Now, here is this one. Say here, Janmadhyasya Yatonvayat. If you want to follow, if you can't read the Sanskrit, you can follow the this thing. This is easier. Now, what is Visarga? Is this H with a dot. In Sanskrit, it is expressed through the two dots like this. Okay, this is called Visarga. Usually, it ends some of the words. There is rules for that. We will see that later. But this is wherever the word ends with a H with a dot, that is Visarga. Then when it comes, then it ends the syllable. Beyond that, you cannot stretch your syllable. You understand? That's why that aha, kaha, kaha, these are all correct. But after visarga, you cannot have a letter in your akshara. Okay. Now, let's go back here. Another thing is anuswara. You will see there are words which ends with ma. Where is that? Kyanti, Sureha. No, in this there is no word which is ending with ma. Let me take. Yeah. Let me show something where that is. Yeah. See, there are two M's here. In English, if you see, Nirmatsaranam, right? There is a M with a dot. And then you have Trayon Moolanam. M without a dot. Ending with M without a dot, right? The equivalent here is, in Sanskrit, you will see a dot over. There's a bindu over the letters. And this another one is, you will have the proper ma, which will end with the proper You understand? Moolanam, right? Moolanam. So what is the difference between this and this? Why some of them are put in this way and some of them are put in this way? Beautiful, mean this thing is there. Now, when you have the next starting, the starting akshara is a consonant, then this previous ma will end with a anuswara. If it is a vowel, it will end, or if it's a line's end, then it will end with a proper ma. Next letter. Here the sa is actually consonant. Same way, after the satam, this vedyam va is a consonant. That is why it is ending with a m with a dot. Now, what is the difference between pronunciation of end with a dot and end without a dot? That which ends without a dot, you will pronounce it full, closing the full lips. Tapat trayon moolanam. Lip will close fully. But that other one where you had only the anuswara, that is called anuswara, right? Where you have nirmatsaranam satam. That where you will not close your lip. Nirmatsaranam satam. You will pronounce ma, but you will pronounce without the closing the tongue, closing the lip. I mean, this rule is there, very important, and that is where it is the rule is given here clearly that when the anuswara or visarga appears, it ends with the syllable. Either the h under dot or m over dot, both of them, when it comes, it ends the akshara, right? So kam, aha, kaha, these are all valid aksharas, but you cannot count with maha, haha, ka, maha. That is not possible. The next one. A syllable must always start with a consonant. It can start with a vowel only at the beginning of a line. In between, you cannot have a syllable starting with a akshara, like starting with a vowel. In the akshara cannot start. Word can start, but akshara cannot start, right? So, tvam aham shunomi. In this is how the words are split. The aksharas are split. Tvam aham shrunomi. You cannot have tvam aham. Why? Because twama, there are two vowels here. Ham shrunomi, this is not possible. Or the next example is twa maha. Why it can't be there? Twa maham, because this is not possible. Twam, it should end with a consonant, isn't it? The consonant is here. Same way, shrun omi, it can't be because there are two vowels here. Here, ma ham cannot be there because there are two vowels here. This is not correct. It always should start with a consonant. Here, cannot come in the middle. If it can come only in the beginning. This is in the middle of the word, right? So it cannot be a thing there. Okay. So I hope that helps. It's a little bit complicated, but you will understand it as you do it. And then a syllable can end in any number of consonants, but if a stop or anuswara appears, it must end the syllable. So stop, here anuswara we understood already. Stop is something very interesting. For example, kritsnam. In this, krit, that it is actually a stop. Kritsnam. You cannot say krits and nam. Same way, man, tri, tam means man is in is stop. So mana is different. Man is in is stopping. So man, tri, tam. It can't be month, re, tam. It can't be like that because the stop with the in itself is a stop, so you should stop there. These are all how the aksharas are calculated. So please patiently understand these rules. A short syllable is one with ending in with one of the short vowels. Like say for example, ka, ki. Like for example, Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Krishna. Na is long. Ya is short. Like ka, ki, mu. These are all short ones. So they are called short aksharas, hraswa aksharas. The long is defined as a, I, u. Like say, if you combine that with consonants, be, wa, vi, ko, nai. These are all the same. Okay, followed by two consonants. So then the next is more important. A syllable is a lagu. Now we come to this concept of lagu and guru. When you combine the aksharas, it is called lagu when it is light. It is called guru when it is heavy. So lagu, guru. Now lagu is only if its vowel is short. Means a. Ka means it's a lagu akshara. Cha means it's a lagu akshara. Chandam means cha is lagu akshara. Right? So that is the thing. Or one or more consonant. So you can have any number of consonants, but the moment another vowel comes, you should stop it because there cannot be more than one vowel in an akshara. That new vowel will start the next thing. And then a syllable with anuswara or visarga is always guru. So we saw that kam, kaha, that they are all always guru. Now this always remember these two words lagu and guru because lagu and guru is which will form the next level called ganas. And then the last, I mean, there are many more rules. Actually, I put only the most frequently occurring rules. All other syllables are guru either because the vowel is dirgha or because the hraswa vowel is followed by a consonant cluster. Even if it is a short vowel, if it has a number of consonant cluster, then it can be guru. It will be called guru. Another thing is, it is long when it's o, da, cha, like that. If it is a, e, like that, if it is there, it is again there. Now these are all some of the rules, and I will stop there because the next topic is going to consume more time, which we want to do it. Now we will go into from aksharas how we graduate next to the ganas. Three aksharas we will combine together and put them into ganas, and these ganas, multiple ganas will be there. Through these ganas only chandas will be identified. Now, any questions, comments? You can use these rules. Some of you might have taken snap of this. You can use these rules to try out your own aksharas. Simple. Start off with simple anushtup slokas like Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Navaham Pagajanabhaya. Take out simple slokas like that. Then say Krishnaya Vasudevaya. How much total came? Krishnaya Vasudevaya. 8.
8.
Right? Devaki Nandanaya Cha. How many?
10.
No.
9.
Devaki. I'm counting with my finger here. Devaki Nandanaya Cha. How many?
8.
8, Prabhu.
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya.
8 again, Prabhu.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Again into
So 8 into 4?
32.
So this is how the aksharas are formed. Now, within this also, what is Lagu, what is Guru, we have to find out. And then this 8 should be classified into 3. They should be combined into 3 groups. The 3 is called one Gana. So 8 letters are there, 8 aksharas are there. If you cluster them into 3, how many will come? 3 plus 3, then the last 2 will be there.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. 2
Right?
3s and 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so see the scientific brain of our saints and sages. Anyway, it is coming from Krishna. They have classified a Gana as 3, not 4 or 5 or 6. Why, you know? Because they have 8 Ganas. They have, I will tell you later. Now is not the time. This, any total number of this thing can be anything that you may have. At the end, maximum you will be left out with 22. Either 1 or 2, not 3. So that 2 will be separated. Separate, alag. They will take it one akshara separately. They will not come under any ganas. Don't worry about this much. Next week we'll discuss about it. You'll keep it just like what you call a burning or curious question for you to understand when we go to the next level. So now I'll stop here. Any questions, comments you have, we'll discuss maybe for a minute or 2. I know it's a bit lengthy thing, but and also a bit technical also, but I just wanted to make sure you have the we will have the foundations already. Any questions, comments?
It's very amazing, Prabhu, Sanskrit. That is why they say everybody should learn Sanskrit.
Yeah.
But it's really very amazing.
We don't have to. We don't have to really, become masters in this or whatever. But just that at least understand how much of an effort being put into this slokas. Not simply they just put it just like that. Whatever comes to my mind, I will write it. They didn't do like that. They put so much effort inside this, and they were not sitting in a 5-star hotel and writing. Our Vyasadeva was sitting in that gufa. And he didn't have any pullover or warm clothes and all. You know how Badrinath is. Now also you go, it will be snow-capped mountains. Will be there. Here we are burning in real heat. There you can't even go and walk with the barefoot or sandals. You have to go fully covered. And there he is sitting and writing all these things, thinking not only of the meaning, thinking not only of the pastime. You have to put that also immaculately correctly. Secondly, he is putting them in a beautiful Sanskrit composition. We haven't even come yet up to the chandas. If you go into that, you will enjoy even more. We have only come up to the akshara level where we are going to step on. It's like a takeoff now from here. We are still in the runway. So thank you, any other
Thank you very much,
questions?
Prabhu, for your time. I know you have busy schedule. I don't know how much thank I give. It is not sufficient, but we pray for your spiritual progress.
Thank you, guys. Sorry I took some extra time, Prabhu.
No problem, Prabhu. I request devotees to chant one round for Prabhu's spiritual progress, and definitely we will have a next week session.
Next week we will be able to cover the part, the main part where which sloka to sing in which meter and those things. How to find which sloka is which meter. Those things we can cover.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you very much.
See you next week, Krishna willing. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Prabhuji. Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, we will end this session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Krishnamurti Prabhu, Rakesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
You all need to leave because I don't have host permission. So
Okay, Prabhuji, will leave.
Because still it will be recording, I guess. 1 second. It's recording stop. Okay, thank you.